What's up, everybody? This is your boy DC Black coming to you yet again with another uh, reaction. This is basically this is what this kind of will be. So D23, more greatness came out, more interesting stuff came out. We have our special look. D23, they showed some footage. Let me back up. They showed some footage of Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker. Some new footage, and they released it the next day. Today is when they released it, and we're gonna kind of be taking a look at that. We're gonna be kind of taking a look at that video here. I'm gonna be honest with you. My expectations for it is really not that high, considering the fact that I really don't. I have zero. There's a Star Wars right now for me have a vote of zero confidence. I can't stress enough like how they have, to me, really destroyed the franchise. To be honest with you, and I don't really see it going anywhere better. But we're gonna check this out anyway. Let's kind of go level-headed with this, right? Let's kind of just look at this as at a level-headed perspective, and let's go from there. All right. So, roll the tape. Ominous silence. Star Wars music. All right, classics. Old Obi-Wan. Okay. Leia, Han, CP3O, R2D2. All the greatest hits, basically.
We've passed on all we know. Generations living you now.
Here's my question though. If it's really 1,000, then why do she suck so bad? Just saying.
This is your fight. Alright, so I'm gonna just be honest with you. This was some cheap thrills. Very, very cheap thrills. Okay, so here's the thing. Let's kind of rewind this back. Kind of bring this all the way back. Yes, it's him.
Kind of just bring it back a little bit more. Oh, okay. Disney. Fuck it. We're just gonna go over here. Disney do not have the cojones to pull this off. This is a complete and utter dream sequence. Here's why. Here's the reason why I know that. Because number one, if you look at her eyes here, her eyes do not have that glowing red hue, even though Kylo Ren technically don't too. So that's kind of like my clue that shows me that he's really not a Sith. that he hasn't fully embraced the dark side, and neither has Rey, because this is just a dream sequence, probably a vision, probably what will be to come, or her path. My theory is the fact that this is here is showing her that she actually is a descendant, either a descendant of Palpatine, B, she's a clone of Palpatine, or C, she is a clone in general, and then there is a clone of Rey out there, and that clone is Palpatine. I just don't believe it. Like, even what the Last Jedi has set up, there is no reason that this should be happening. Like, there's nothing that has kind of been shown to us here that even says like this is kind of be where the road where we're kind of going to here. And even when I look at it, right, like it just don't say to me that like this is something that they are capable of doing. Like, I don't. Like, the last movie was such a screw up that it killed. It potentially was the nail in the coffin for the franchise. So much so that they said that they were going to pull back on Star Wars content because of The Last Jedi and Solo and the reception of both of those movies. Now, granted, I will be 100% honest with you. The way that comes down there, I was trying to get this to pause here the whole time. The way that kind of like folds into, was like 2 right here, and then it kind of folds into the actual bow staff. That's dope. I I have a hard time actually. I mean, she works with her main weapon is technically a bow staff. So like when she was walking around with a lightsaber that looked like a regular sword, I kind of questioned that because it felt like to me from the first move from Force Awakens, when before she got her hands on a lightsaber, that her lightsaber weapon of choice was going to be a bow staff. Because the only one, and then it would make sense. It would be kind of cool too because we haven't seen a a Force user use a bow staff lightsaber since Maul. No one else has. Now, if you are a fan of the Legends continuity, you know that that there are light side users with bow staff lightsabers, but we haven't really seen one in the canon. So that would actually be pretty. It would have been pretty dope for her to have for her to make to have her lightsaber, right? Have Luke's lightsaber, right? Luke could have, if you still want to have him do the stupid crap he did in Last Jedi, fine. But he could have still taught her how. She could have still learned how to make her own lightsaber. Let's just say something happened to the lightsaber in Force Awakens. She has to make a new one, and that new one she makes is a bow staff. That'd have been really cool because that was kind of her weapon of choice. And she knows how to use a bow. She knows how to use a staff-like weapon, and not a sword. But this here is pretty cool, and so it's not real. Like I don't see what, and I'm seeing Star Wars fans trip out. Like the comments on this video, it's nuts. Like people really like going crazy over this scene. Like, oh my god, like we're gonna see Dark Rey. No, you're not gonna see Dark Rey. You're gonna see a vision of Rey if she ever joined the dark side of the Force. And it's the temptation. And also too, I think this could also, if it's not connected to Palpatine, is just the temptation of the Force. Like of the dark side. That's all this is a representation of. What she would be like if she actually joined the dark side. Gave in and joined the dark side. That's it. It's impressed me. I feel like the guy that was on Transformers, which one was that? Dark of the Moon, where he looked at Sam Witwicky and was like, impress me. Star Wars, impress me. Cause I'm not impressed. Like I'm not. Like I'm gonna go see it because I want to review it, but I'm not impressed by this at all. Now, we're gonna go back because I do have some stuff that I think is kind of dope. We're gonna just go all the way back to when they started showing scenes from the actual. So this here. So I am kind of interested to see why this CP30 droid has red eyes. So my suspicions is that it's not necessarily. So I've seen people in the comment section of this video and other theories going around that suggest that theories that like, oh, Palpatine possessed CP3 or a droid. We haven't really seen any type of uh, anything in canon. I don't know that much about the expanded universe. So if you do and you watch this video, please leave a comment down below and correct me if I'm wrong, politely. I really appreciate that. But I have, to my knowledge, Force Ghosts can't possess an actual object or droid and take the full possession of it. Like, I don't see that happening. Even if, excuse me. Even if he is a Sith Force Ghost, which should not be able to happen according to what they set up already. But Palpatine broke the rules. Fine, it's fine. But I don't see that being it. Like, that'll be kind of weird. Like, that of all the things you could choose to possess, that you chose a droid. Like, that would be weird. More so, I kind of think that this maybe is a creation of the rumored specialized stormtroopers in this movie called the Sith Troopers, that are supposed to be kind of the hand-picked ones by Palpatine, which leads me to my next theory. That this here is Palpatine's armada that went beyond the outer rim, and it's rumored that he had sent a whole fleet of ships to the outer rim, beyond the outer rim, to actually look for something. And I guess apparently they did find it, and they are coming back. So my theory is that this is them actually, and they came back. Now, what I hope is that between this and the first trailer, we're not getting just a bunch of trailer magic, where we're seeing a lot of cool things, but none of this stuff shows up in the movie. I really hope not, because that's going to be very disappointing. Like, be very, very disappointing. But yeah, like I'm not impressed. Like, I see people in the comment section really jumping up and joy, like, oh, this looks so sweet. Oh my god, this is dope. No, like, no, that's if they now. I will say this: I'll be the first one to come back on this video and say, hey, they actually, like, wow, they blew my mind. That heel turn I was talking about in this, and I'll reference this video. That heel turn I was talking about in this video. Yeah, I'll retract that statement, and I'm gonna just leave it at that. I'll say that. But I'm not going to sit there and be like, get all hyped for something that's probably just not going to happen. Like, they're not going to turn Rey evil. Like, they're not. Another thing that this fight here reminds me a lot of the Mustafar fight, to be totally honest with you. It reminds me a lot of it. It's literally almost the same thing, scene for scene, with the exception of instead of lava, it's water. And they kind of look like they're fighting along a dam wall. But it looked just like it. Like, I don't really see, I just don't see what they can do with this. In my opinion, I feel as though they have really just taken Star Wars, and I don't know, like, I'm not interested anymore. Like, I was a person that was really interested in Star Wars because I really liked it, but I'm just not anymore. Like, I'm not. Like, David Weiss and Benioff, D&D, are doing the next trilogy, supposedly. and I'm just like, please let it be the Old Republic, Knights of the Old Republic, Knights of the Old Republic trilogy, and please don't mess this up like you did season 8 of Game of Thrones. Please don't, because I would be very disappointed. So I don't know, man. Like we shall see if I'm not grading this because it's just special. I wouldn't put a grade on this necessarily because it's just special footage and it's very short. I think it's less than a minute, I believe, or maybe it's a full minute. Oh, man. Excuse me. But yeah, like I'm not gonna grade this. Like this is kind of whatever. But with that being said, that kind of wraps up my thing. I don't think I forgot about anything in the trailer. Um, let's just watch it one more time. We're gonna watch it one more time from here, and then I'll see if I missed something. Oh, we're gonna go back. Let me go back. So she's supposed to be the new character that they're introducing in this movie, and if I'm not mistaken, this person here could be Lando possibly because Lando's supposed to be coming back, but then again, I don't know because of this helmet here. Uh, but what I will say is that I she looks really cool. I like the fact that she has a afro, and like it's another person of color in a Star Wars movie because hey, they're like a dime a dozen. So that's really cool. Because I think besides who, Sam Jackson, and I mean, I like recently, well, like in new, far as we only had like a very limited number of people of color in Star Wars. So that's great. More people of color coming in. Like that's awesome. Their original characters. That's a plus. So I think that's pretty dope. She looks like she's a really cool character. If I'm not mistaken, she's like a bounty hunter or she's something. I don't know. Some of these characters are like so to me. Some of these characters are so throw in. It's just like my eyes is completely glazed over from it. But those are my thoughts about this trailer, about this special look. I'm gonna go see it because I mean, hey, part of me is a completionist, and if I saw the first two, might as well see the third one, even if it's at a discounted rate at a movie theater. But that is kind of my take on it. If you guys like what you see, here, please like this video, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit that bell also for all other content that we may be posting up. And with that being said, I will see you when I see you.